So this is JD Tyson sitting on a bed awaiting his first operation. JD is 6 years old.
When JD was born 6 years ago at Clinic Hospital, it was very emotional for me. At first I didn't want to see him. After my husband told me there's something wrong with his ears. It took me a day and a half to come to grip with it. After psychologists came to come see me in hospital, the nurses spoke to me, and his pediatrician, Uncle A.B. Daniels, brought me some info regarding the syndrome. I read it up, and after my husband persuaded me, to have a look at him because I didn't want to see him, they brought him to me, and ever since that day my life changed.
The moment when they took him out, when they put him on a scale and all that, and they brought him to me, I was not shocked actually. I was quite calm, and I gave him back to the ward nurse, and from there onwards she was still in recovery when they finished up with her. And when she awake, and I told her about what's wrong with him, and I could see on her face she wasn't quite happy. But then I spoke to her. He's here on earth for a reason, because there's so many things that will occur and happen in his life, and we'll see at the end of the tunnel there is light, and there will be that as long as he's healthy. We know we went through many tests and things with him. He came here, we're waiting for the operations from here on, but first we're going to do the first operation, and from there on we'll take it one day at a time. Quite happy. A lot of people love him.
Yeah.
A lot of people, very active. Hyperactive, like playing with cars is his favorite thing. In
Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels
cars, yes.
I was in Cape Town a week long Tigerbird for assessments with him, and I met a lady there. Her son had he had his jaw operation, and she told me about Smile Foundation, and I went onto the website and I filled in a little questionnaire, and it wasn't long when Tanya contacted me, and thank God last week I got the call.
I'm Dr. Van der Walt. I'm the head of the plastic surgery unit here in Provincial Hospital, and today we're going to operate on a patient that's been born with Treacher Collins Syndrome. This is a very rare and complex syndrome which mainly affects the patient's face. Today we're going to fix JD's eyelids and his cheekbones for him. It's a very complex deformity, and it affects mainly the absence of cheekbones. They also have an absence of the lower eyelids, so we will reconstruct those two features for him today. Later the year we're going to send him to Tygerberg Hospital to have his jaw fixed. And then we've also planned to fix his ears, because he's got absent ears on both sides, but we'll do that in approximately a year or two from now, depending on how he grows. We expect the surgery will take approximately 2 to 3 hours. Obviously there's a lot of little things that we need to do. The eyelids we will do first, and that will approximately take an hour to an hour and a half. And then in terms of the cheekbones, we need to harvest some fat, and we're going to plump up his cheeks using this fat, but we also need to process this fat with quite a difficult procedure, and then we reinsert the fat back into the cheek area. So time is a little bit irrelevant. Which is also very difficult is for the anaesthetist to make sure that JD is safely asleep. They can be notoriously difficult initial anesthetic, but I'm sure everything will go well. I think this is probably the first operation in the whole of Port Elizabeth. These children usually went to Red Cross Hospital or Tygerberg, but we are very happy that we can now offer almost 80% of their surgery we'll be able to do for them here, so the mom doesn't have to travel up and down. Unfortunately, for some of the very complex aspects, we still send them on to Tygerberg, but we'll do the majority of the operations here in PE, and I think that's a first for Port Elizabeth.